Hello friends. Welcome to the YouTube channel of Sunrise IELTS Academy. We are here to help you prepare for your IELTS exam. And without further ado, let's look at your today's IELTS speaking test topic. Describe an interesting neighbor. You should say who he or she is, how you knew him or her, what you do together, and explain why he or she is interesting. And here is your sample answer.
In this 21st century, the biggest threat to our society is the sense of loneliness we all feel every now and then. Some argues that it is an inevitable thing, but some believe that there is always a way out of this situation of aloneness. In his speech at the graduation ceremony of our college, author John Simpson talked about this terrible feeling of loneliness that we were going to face outside the college campus. At the same time, he offered a brilliant piece of advice. He reminded us of the message of Bible which tells us to love thy neighbor. He told us to get friendly with our next door neighbors. His idea was to develop a friendly neighborhood that can be a support system to each person living in it. As happens with all the graduation speeches, I had completely forgotten about that advice when I moved to the house where I am currently living. I was living on my own terms and I wanted little or no interference from my family members. It was going well until this corona pandemic happened. Now, everyone was isolating himself from every other person except his close family members. Then I really grew tired of this alienation of the community after a few weeks of the lockdown. Then one day, as per our routine, we all came out to our balconies to clap for our Corona warriors. At that time I noticed for the first time that there is a guitarist who is living next door. After the clapping session ended, he started singing a patriotic song on his guitar, and for a while the whole atmosphere was charged with patriotic fervor. I was quite impressed by his guitar skills and his mellifluous voice. I waved to him and gave him a thumbs up. Once his performance was over, we could not meet each other in person, but we exchanged our phone numbers. His name is Suresh Patel, and we became friends on Facebook just after our first telephonic conversation. Suresh and I would share our favorite movie songs with each other through our Facebook chats. It was quite surprising to see Suresh's guitar collection when we did video calling via Skype. I must acknowledge his role in initiating me into the art of guitar playing. I bought an acoustic guitar from an online music shop, and Suresh and I had our weekly guitar sessions via Skype where he taught me a lot about guitar playing. Initially it was a very difficult thing for me, but then I started making progress and I learned many Indian movie songs that I could play like an amateur guitar player. After the lockdown was over, we started our in-person guitar classes. I would go to his house and he would give me his electric guitar to play. His presence was a real godsend as he dispelled all the gloom of the pandemic and made me do some creative things that I would not have done if he were not there. In this 21st century,